So, that Boruto Jump Festa panel, it was, kind of not gonna lie. Definitely don't feel like I wasted about 50 minutes of my time watching a Naruto in 2021 Boruto recap, which they replayed twice throughout the Boruto panel. But anyways, that's enough complaining about how I felt about the Boruto Jump Festa panel. This isn't a rant video, which, by all means, I can definitely make a rant video about how I felt about this, but I'm not going to. This is a news video after all, so I'll keep my complaints to a minimum. But before we start, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video. It takes 2 seconds and it really does help out the channel, but if you don't want to, that's fine, but it would make Sasuke mad, and it would also make Hinata cry as well, so you'd be doing a very horrible deed if you did not like this video, so please like it. Please. Anyways, let's get started, and I will see you right after this. We start off with them revealing the key visual for what I assume is the next Boruto anime canon arc, and the picture is a key visual of Team 10, Team 7, and Team 5. And I'm not gonna lie, as key visuals go for anime canon arcs, I don't really think that it looks all that great. It just looks kind of okay to me. There have been significantly better key visuals for anime canon arcs than this one. This key visual just doesn't really spark my interest all that much, to be honest. But yeah, I'm assuming this key visual represents the characters that this next anime canon arc will focus on, but I don't really know. We learned absolutely nothing about the next anime canon arc for Boruto at Jump Festa. They revealed the key visual, and then that was that. So we don't really know what this next anime canon arc entails, which is just unfortunate. I would like to know where we're going in the anime, but we don't know at all. And I would say that we're probably not getting a proper anime canon arc until after this box set of Boruto is done. The box set began on episode 221, and box sets for Boruto range between 13 to 15 episodes, so we should be getting the next anime canon arc around 237 to 239. I'm assuming somewhere around there because that would begin the next box set of Boruto. Until then, I'm assuming we're going to get many side quest episodes before we get to the actual arc. After they revealed the key visual, we got a collection of clips from Naruto to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Naruto anime. We got a key visual for that as well, and I do really like the key visual. I think it is very wholesome, and I just can't believe how long it's been since the Naruto anime started. 20 years, that is so long. Of course I haven't been watching the series for 20 years, but I have been into it for about 9, almost 10 years at this point, so it still feels kinda surreal to me. But that's not what this video is about. I would like to say before we move on that although I appreciate this key visual for the 20th anniversary of Naruto, I think a lot more people would have appreciated it if we got a Boruto or even a Naruto movie announcement to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Naruto anime. I think that would have come across a lot better to people, because we haven't gotten a Boruto or Naruto movie since 2015. And that was before the Boruto anime even started, so it just feels like, come on, can we have a movie please? That would be sick, but at last, it didn't happen.
No.
I'm not too disappointed that we didn't get an announcement for a movie, because I didn't even expect one anyways, but it would have been nice. It also would have been nice to at least get some author comments from Kishimoto, since he's supposedly writing the Boruto manga right now. I'm going to be frank and say that I don't really believe that Kishimoto is writing the manga right now. He was mentioned as the writer for the manga once after Kodachi got fired. Ever since then, there has been absolutely nothing. Even if you go to the cover page of the Boruto manga right now, Kishimoto is just listed as a supervisor. There is no writer for Boruto listed. Ever since Kodachi got fired, that slot has just been empty for some reason. But if we are going under the assumption that Kishimoto is writing Boruto right now, I would have liked to see some type of statement from him since we usually get those from Jump Festa. To be honest, I didn't really expect to get a statement from him. He has been MIA ever since Kodachi left. Like, seriously, he has done more for Bleach and One Piece than he has for Boruto the past year. And this is supposedly the writer of the Boruto manga? Okay, sure. So yeah, overall I didn't expect to get a statement from Kishimoto, but I did at least expected to get a statement from Ikimoto. He always does. He always gives comments about the Boruto manga and its future at Jump Festa, but we didn't get a single statement, not even a word from him. So that was definitely disappointing. Alright, so on to the last important piece of news that we got from Jump Festa, and that would be the announcement of 2 new mangas that will be set in the Boruto era. These 2 mangas are actually going to be adaptations of already existing Boruto novels. The first one being Konoha Shinden, which actually confuses me, but we'll get to that in a second, and the second one will be Sasuke Resuden, which is a novel that I'm actually excited to see get adapted into a manga. But I am not excited to see Konoha Shinden be adapted into a manga, not at all. We have already seen this novel be adapted into the anime, and frankly it is a pretty boring novel, and it's already been adapted into the anime, and it was adapted pretty well. There was only a couple scenes that were taken out, so adapting it into its very own manga now just seems unneeded and unwarranted. Like, I don't think that we need another version of the same story that we have already seen, so having a manga adaptation of a story that's already been adapted into the anime just seems pointless, so I really don't count that as anything new that we haven't already seen. But I digress with that. I am excited to see Sasuke Resuden be adapted into a manga though. It was a pretty good novel. There are a couple things that I'm not the biggest fan of in the novel, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. But I am kind of confused on how they're even going to adapt this into a manga. These Resuden novels take place in between the Mujina Bandits arc and the Vessel arc of the Boruto manga. These novels are basically about Naruto dealing with a deadly chakra illness that he caught due to the 9-tailed beast being inside of him. The chakra illness was essentially eating away at Naruto's life and was messing with his ability to mold chakra. Naruto's chakra illness is akin to an illness that the Sage of Six Paths once had, over 1,000 years ago. They found out that Hagoromo was actually able to cure himself of this chakra illness, so Kakashi was sent on a mission to go find out more information about this cure. And the mission that Kakashi is sent on and what he does on that mission all takes place within the events of Kakashi's Resident novel, and in the events of Sasuke's Resident novel, which is what the manga will be adapting from. Sasuke was sent on an undercover mission to be a prisoner at, well, a prison. Who would have guessed? And he finds out while on this mission that Sakura was sent on the exact same mission as him as an undercover nurse. Just like Kakashi, they were sent on this mission to find a cure for Naruto's chakra illness. There's actually quite a bit of romance between Sasuke and Sakura in this novel, particularly Sasuke giving Sakura a wedding ring, because Sasuke got jealous that people might try and hit on Sakura at the prison because she didn't have a wedding ring, so people would assume that she didn't have a husband. So you get to see a rare side of Sasuke that you don't see often with his character. But that's besides the point. My main point being is that, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that this novel ends in a cliffhanger of Naruto seemingly dying of his chakra illness. And if they only adapt Sasuke Resident into the manga will seemingly end on Naruto dying, which would just be really weird. So I'm assuming they're going to be adapting bits and pieces of the Naruto Resident novel into this manga. So yeah, that's basically all the news that we got from Boruto at Jump Festa. We didn't really get a whole lot. That was really all that was said, which is just very disappointing, especially compared to last year's Jump Festa where we learned quite a lot about the future of the series. I have no idea why Boruto got a super stage this year instead of a small stage when they announced very little. I'm excited to see Sasuke Resident adapted into a manga, and I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, Boruto Jump Festa 2022 was an absolute L. Anyways, I'm ready to get out of here so I can talk about that new Boruto chapter that just dropped an hour ago. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.